every time I pull up at the let out, it's a spectacle.
Let's get it started. Hello, everybody.
All right, let's jump off the porch.
Welcome to the Let Out. Of course, we got a great show for you. We're one head down, but we're going to make it work. We got a great show. I want to start by introducing my co-host, Chris, and my co-host, Alicia, me, Will, a.k.a. Bob. All right, so topics of today are, does making a man chase you as a woman, but does making a man chase you really make him want you more? We want to talk about that. We're going to bring back another episode of a segment called Let Out, and we're going to start off and let Alicia let out some frustration and vent as we talk about the whole debacle dealing with Megan The Stallion and her fans, and how far do celebrities and people have to go to prove themselves to their fan base. So without further ado. Oh, and surprise topic if we have time. So without further ado, Alicia, go ahead and let it out, and let's get started with that.
Well, if y'all are consistent viewers, y'all know I'm mad about something, and I'm mad today. So everybody already knows the whole story about Megan allegedly being shot by Torey Lanez. What is about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So everybody is kind of up in arms because she's not coming out directly and saying what happened to her, as far as like, hey, Torey shot me. He's the one who did it. They're saying that she's not giving all the information to the police and going ahead and telling everything that happened either. So she's been seen out recently, out in the clubs, out partying again, and everybody's upset and pissed off. They said that basically she said that they're saying that the shooting was fake. She didn't get shot in the foot. They're saying that she just did it for clout. And it's just a bunch of foolishness. So today, because she saw all of the comments with her recently being out in clubs and being pictured with other celebrities, she posted a picture of her foot, like with the wounds and the stitches and the whole nine, like. And people still were like, that's still not enough. Yeah, I see that you got the wounds, but it don't look like bullet wounds. It looked like something just cut your foot. Right. They want more. They want to see the hospital say that they actually removed the bullets. I don't know that bullets went into her foot. Why is she walking already? And they want her to go into tell who shot her. My thing is, it ain't your motherfucking business. It's not my business. It's not anybody's business. I miss the days when we didn't really have access to celebrities. Right. Like you had to go ahead. You wondered what Michael Jackson was like when he was at home. You wondered what he ate. Like when you used to see, Cribs on MTV, like it was exciting to be able to look at their house. It just kind of gave you a little bit of motivation. You did. You just got a peek of it. And that was enough. We was cool with it. But now that we have
they owe us their whole life, though. We need their whole life,
That's what we think. My thing is, she didn't owe us shit. The story came out, she never had to address it. She chose to address it because people were saying she was being quiet and she needed to say something.
So I don't know if people can see that. I just want to show the viewers that this is what she showed as far as her foot. The wounds. Well, that's actually her ankle.
And then you can find, there's another picture that's also on social media, and it don't have the warning over it. It just shows like a big old hole in her foot.
Oh, really?
And then it shows like some stitches.
Okay. Yeah.
So my thing was, she don't owe us to show us the picture. She don't owe us to show us who shot her. She don't owe us the backstory behind why it happened. It's none of our motherfucking business. She is a rapper. All she owes us is a fucking album, and that's it, and nothing else.
She owes some pictures if we ask her.
What, you want to see some booty shaking or something, or what?
No, I would just know some. I mean, if you know how you get your pictures, if you meet a person and you want to take a picture,
I'm cool with that. Yeah. I'm cool with that. But as far as going ahead and having to divulge your whole life story, going into an open criminal investigation and telling us what happened, it's none of your motherfucking business.
Right.
She should have never had to put her whole fucking foot out and another picture of the doctors working on her other foot out for us to go ahead and to have sympathy for her. Oh, she's playing it up. Why must you go ahead and tell us what happened? It's none of your fucking business.
The celebrities got to own that. They got to own that. If they stop,
I don't think that they do though.
There, what? They don't own that shit. If they stop putting that shit out here, then people will just stop looking for it. Example.
You think so, or they're gonna just start making up stories?
You can make up stories if you want to. Like we said, and we said this on another episode. Had Will and Jada not said shit about that little thing, that shit would have blew over and never been anything.
Super quick. People would have been like throwing out little bit of small stuff. Go ahead.
Exactly. Y'all remember when Kevin Gates had some sex tape or something? That man didn't address that shit.
Gone.
What happened to it? Gone. Heard nothing. Wife, nobody said nothing.
I don't know if that was a good thing. I don't think people was impressed. I don't know.
But I'm just saying, you don't say nothing about it and the shit go away.
You know what I mean?
It go away and ain't nobody thinking about it.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let shit blow over, man, and stop addressing it. Like if people feel like I gotta address it.
You breathe more life into it.
Because all of the words. But see, here's the thing too. You know, when you think about, I honestly think that you do owe people an explanation for some stuff in certain situations. In this situation,
would that be?
This one, and the reason I say that is because there's another person involved that is going through pure hell because of that story. Yes.
But he hasn't released any statements, anything.
I get it.
And then we're assuming that he's the one who shot her, and she hasn't said it.
I get it, but what I'm saying, that's my point. But what the people are saying is, well, what the stories are with most of the news outlets and most of the TMZ pictures and all of that is that the assumption is that it was Tory Lanez that had something or was there for the shooting. So now you got another person's life that could be, you're talking about deporting this person, you're talking about this person's going to jail, you're talking about all of these things. And if you're walking around here and your foot is not really as you said, and it's not, then yeah, we're gonna call you on it. And that's called protecting everybody and protecting your black people, black men. You don't want to see nobody go to jail because.
So you don't think that if he was innocent, that he wouldn't put out a statement saying
he can't? He can't right now, probably. You know how lawyers will tell you right before, hey, don't say nothing. Say shit. Let that you're part of it because it possibly could be that he did shoot the gun. However, I can't say nothing about the incident because even I know that I didn't shoot directly at her because even just looking at the foot, I'm no detective. Look like fragments to me.
Both feet?
Looks like fragments. Again, here's the thing about fragments. For one, you got bullet fragments, concrete fragments, you got glass fragments. All of this could have hit your foot. From what we're seeing, if you're talking hole, yeah, if a bullet hit, ricochet, off of the concrete.
That's the story that I heard.
Off of concrete, anything like that happens.
Well, if he was shooting at her, that's still a problem, though, right? But I don't want to get so far into the case. But if he was shooting at me, that's a problem.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, I bet you won't reject another nigga that has no bullet in the foot.
For lack of a better example, even though I know this has been kind of spread out over the internet as a meme, but this is real life situation. When you look at Harlem Nights, right? Eddie Murphy had to shoot her ass because she was whooping his ass, and he was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna be able to fight this one. She a big motherfucker." Same thing, Torey Lanez.
Well, she said that she hadn't touched him. There was no fight. She was walking away.
Yeah, you might have been walking away after I smacked her.
How much shit talking and demeaning did you do if something occurred at all?
So now it's her fault.
No.
Hey, you know how y'all do.
No.
You know how y'all do.
We're not saying
you know how y'all do.
We're not saying
I'm gonna push you to the edge of you hurting me, and if you hurt me, then I'm victim.
Right. So now another thing is too, it's not that we're saying that it's her fault. No.
To shoot at a woman.
There's never an excuse to call somebody to hit or run up on a 5'3" man. Now, when you talk,
hey, that might protect his life. That's a big bitch.
Now again, I'm not making her
the aggressor is what it sounds like because of her side.
I'm not making him the victim and her the person that needs to be condemned. What I'm saying is, when you're dealing with a situation like that, you have to look at all parties. And of course, there could be another reason why she's not saying anything is because she knows her part in it. The same thing when they first did the Rihanna Chris thing. Again, I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying sometimes they don't speak because they know. They know exactly what part they had to play in it, and they know exactly what happened. Now, whether they got shot or not.
No, I'm against trying to go ahead and to make a woman the aggressor in a domestic violence situation.
That's
Now,
not
I
what
know
I'm
we're
doing.
talking about one thing, but we're not
That's not
doing
what I'm
that
doing.
though.
That's not what I'm doing. I
It
think
happens.
that's how
It
you
sound
take
like
it because you're a woman. Because
it
women
sounds like it
don't
because
ever,
you're trying to tie in the
women
Chris
don't ever,
Brown in a
women
reality
don't.
situation.
No, what I'm tying it is, what I'm saying is, when we were talking about, she hasn't said anything about it for the most part.
But
I'm
it's
saying
also
sometimes there's
it's an
a
open
reason
criminal
why.
investigation too. That could
Is
also
it
be a
though?
reason why.
That's my whole point about Torey. Why you want him
I
to say
mean,
something, and if it's an open criminal investigation, but
I mean,
she
have we
could come
seen
out and speak.
anything, any police
But
reports
my
on that?
thing is, people just want to know. Everybody fake cares. Nobody really wants to care. We just some nosy motherfuckers that want to know what happened.
These are
Once
very
we
much
know,
facts.
we're gonna still listen to Torey. We're gonna still listen to Megan,
I know I
and it
am.
won't make a bit of a damn difference. R. Kelly
But
locked up
Exactly.
on major charges, and we still step into the name of love. So let's not be fake, worried and concerned and outraged.
yeah,
Like
that's
we so
fine.
concerned. We just
Hey,
some
all
nosy
that's facts.
motherfuckers.
We give you
No,
that.
it
All
is,
that was facts.
but the thing about, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think that that's why the other reason why people are like, hey, if you really got shot by Tory Lanez and we taking up for you, like, I'm not gonna
Why
be
you
taking
ain't
for
mad?
you. I'm not gonna be taking up for you if you look. I'm not
I
gonna walk
don't know
in.
that I really saw people taking up. It was like half and half. Like,
Oh
what
no,
did she
they
do
were
to
kind
get
of feeling
shot in the
sorry
foot?
for
It was
her.
like,
No, they were feeling sorry for her.
a little bit. But then all
No,
of
ain't
a
a
sudden,
little
she
bit. It
made
was
a
a lot of
video.
bit.
Clout. No.
It
Yeah.
was
She
a
was
lot of
getting
bit. She was
remember,
getting
she came out and
gifts.
spoke on it because of all of the memes. She got the gifts after she did the video where she was crying.
Well, the video she was crying, what she would get mad at because she felt like people were making jokes. But my thing is this. It's not a joke about domestic violence. People were making a joke saying, like for instance, this is what I'm saying about people so damn sensitive, including her ass. Because my thing is this: if, like, I think it was Drea that came out and said, you know, I want that type of love. I want that type of love. Where, you know, you want to shoot me in the foot. Nobody's making light. Nobody's light. Nobody's light.
I don't know. She
No,
kind
hold
of
on.
making it a little bit lighter.
No, but
because
what I'm
she
saying
was
is,
getting her ass whooped in her last relationship.
I get it, but I'm saying
that didn't need to come from her.
The point
Brandon
of
said
it
she liked
is,
that shit.
hey man,
You know, something about crazy is, when we had that conversation, something about crazy is a little sexy.
Sometimes, and then I don't think she meant any harm. I think what she was just saying is she wanted a nigga to be that gone over her to where if she try to leave or some shit like that, like, he gonna go crazy. It's not literal in the sense of I want
a motherfucker shoot me.
To shoot me. Like what are we doing? And then, like, she come out, all these motherfuckers, and then, like, when Jess did the thing, she just did to me the what was it? She had the theme music from Law and Order and shit. That shit was funny.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. And it wasn't for me. It wasn't because I separate the actuality and seriousness of the situation from something that's just making fun of a situation because Torey's 5'3" and things like that. It's not even that serious. Nobody's saying, yeah, she wrong, you know, jumping because she got shot. No, nobody's doing that. Like, we got to understand how to separate and stop being so sensitive about certain things now. And I had somebody came out and said,
and then we also have to understand that everything is not our business. I don't think that her being shot.
I get that.
I think that was definitely, it was some mainstream news. But
right.
I don't think that she owed any of us an explanation while she's trying to heal mentally, physically. I don't think she owed us shit.
I'm gonna call you on
she owed us some interviews about WAP or something of that nature. I'm
gonna call contradiction on that for you, because we've had conversations, Alicia, where you have said that, if you didn't do it, why don't you just come out and say it? We've had those conversations. So if it applies for that,
I think that it depends on what it is. Like with R. Kelly, the seriousness of his charges, he needed to speak on that, to say something about this, because at that point, what was going on with that situation was bigger than the music. I mean, this is talking about assault, sexual assault, and so forth. So that's different.
Do you really need to say something though? Because it's the same thing. Again, you're under a criminal investigation. So regardless to what,
but this is something that he did. This is a crime that he's being accused of committing. She wasn't accused of doing nothing.
But you just said Torey. You just said Torey. You know.
No, I'm saying, like, as far as trying to go ahead and to get his name cleared, that's not for her to do.
How come it's not? If he didn't do it,
she got She got the shots in the foot. I think that
I'm
if
just
he
saying,
didn't
though,
do
regardless
it,
of what happened,
I think that she would have
Motherfucker shot me.
came out and said that he did not do it if he was not the one that was guilty. I think she would say it. I don't think she'd have a
But my
problem
thing
with
is,
it.
you don't have
Something
to say that
happened.
you don't
I
have to
just don't
say.
think it's
I
our
don't
business.
think. I think that she knows that. I'm wrong. You know, I could be wrong. I've been there before. I just think that
sound like the comments.
again.
People in the comments.
I just think that she knows. You know what I'm saying? Like why
There's
and
more
what
to the
happened.
story here.
Yeah, it's more. I mean, but hey, it's like you said, it's not our business. But I'm just saying, since we talking about it, like let's bring that out there. Like, nah, something's off. Like either you're protecting them or you're not.
I just think that we feel like celebrities owe us more than what they should. They owe you music, like you said, pictures occasion when they out in public. And outside of that, I don't think that they owe us anything. I would hate to have to go to work and my coworkers or other people around trying to go ahead and to pry on what's going on in my life. And I got to answer
much
to
is
that.
given, much is expected.
But you know, on the flip side, you could be.
She does philanthropy and things of that nature. That's what did to be expected.
No, we expect your business.
No, or you be Beyonce and Jay. You know you ain't getting shit out of neither one of them.
That's
and she's become more open. She's become more open recently because I think that she feels pressured now because everyone is so open. Even with her joining Instagram and social media, I think she feels the pressure to do it because everybody now wants to know what you're doing.
Is that pressure though?
Now, she never gave it to us. Can't miss nothing you never had.
Nobody caring about that shit.
Like, they do. This new generation definitely does.
I just think.
But this new generation ain't really her target audience.
That's a fact. She fed into all of the naysayers. That's at the end of the day. You don't have to feed into them. Like just because people are saying oh this and oh that, get with the music, boo boo. WAP #1. Who gives a fuck? Like keep pumping out them hits and watch how nobody give a fuck about who shot your foot until it's time for it to come back out. You got to know when to say, it ain't your business. I ain't gonna talk about it because me and that person know what happened and the truth will come out when it's supposed to come out. That's that on that. If you support me, thank you for the support.
And that's it.
Thank you for the support. You see me at the club, I'm rolling. Trust me, I don't have to lie to y'all.
So maybe you think that they need more PR reps like they used to have back in the day that will go ahead and release statements on their behalf?
That might be true.
Because now social media, like you said, it takes away that appeal.
Filter.
It takes it away. Filter. And they've gotten rid of a lot of the middlemen, like people like management and all of that. They've gotten rid of that. So now they got to deal with that type of shit where somebody else would have had that sole job of doing. Now you don't got that person. Now you just going out there going filter less. You know what I mean? So, okay, cool beans. Now, so speaking of relationships and chasing and running from bullets, does chasing a woman, or making a man chase you, does that make him want you more? And of course, I'm going to start with the female perspective. So we can bounce off that a little bit to get what you think about that, because you should know you've had that probably in the past prior to marriage. So how does that work? What are your thoughts?
I guess your thought process is that him chasing you, him pursuing you, and him him working harder to have you, it would make him work even that much harder to keep you. Once he has you.
Okay.
So I think that is the thought process behind it. I think a lot of men look at women trying to be difficult or they're playing games. And I don't think that that's what's really the underlying issue. I think it's more so of really wanting a man to work hard for you, to earn you, and then him wanting to go ahead and stay consistent with it throughout the relationship. So I think that that's what it actually is.
Do you think that it's possible that it's really not none of that shit you just said? That basically is because when you do that, you get more out of the deal. If I make it easier, I get less. And I'm not just saying material shit. I'm talking about whether it be time, whether it be a show of emotion, whether it be romance, all of that. You get more out of the deal the longer he waits, because guess what? The longer you keep stringing me along, the longer it's, gotta be quicker than that. The longer you keep doing that, it's more of I'm gonna get
He gonna do a little bit more to try again.
Keep on doing it. So I want to keep this going as long as I can, even though I know I like him and want him just as much. I'm not gonna reveal it because I want to get everything I can. I want to soak this thing dry. Right? I want to suck it dry. I want to suck this thing dry, and then when it's sucked dry, give him a little bit, and it'll make him want it more. But what ends up happening is sometimes a nigga be like,
lose interest.
Hey, fuck that. Fuck her. Fuck trying. Like,
I mean, and that's what we want. But that's what we want to see, though. If you're not going to go ahead and to work for me, to pursue me,
right.
and you quick to go ahead and be like, fuck you. Well, that's actually what I want to see. I want to know that.
No, it's not what you want. It's not what you want.
It definitely is not what you want.
Because you like them too. You like them
it'll help you to weed them out.
No, there's no weeding out. What you're doing is getting rid of the good fish.
Isn't what they say? Anything worth having is worth working hard for. What about that statement? Is there no truth in that statement?
No. Until motherfucker lose interest. Motherfucker, people lose interest, man.
No, sometimes.
But y'all don't think that a man needs to show more and have more interest in a woman than she should have in him?
No, not necessarily. I kind of feel like that should be equal.
They should have equal interest. Because guess what? But guess what? Most of the time, there's an equal input in the relationship. Most of the time, when it's worth it. When it's worth it. And a lot of times, you know my stance on it. A lot of times,
right to the table.
We come into the table with a lot. Women don't want to admit that, but it's like I said before.
You said what?
We come to the table with a hell of a lot of the times.
So you think that women don't?
I didn't say that.
Do you? The majority of the time, do you think women come with more than the man? I mean, if there has to be a statistic, who typically comes with more?
No kids. Take the kids out.
Typically, who comes with more? Typically, who has to bring more to the table?
Where do women get kids from? From men. So
no. What I'm saying is take kids out of the situation of what we're saying. What we're saying is, if you take kids out, both people are coming to the table.
Right.
Let's talk.
Statistically, who tends to bring more?
Because what y'all gonna do is play the card of we deal with the kids, the house, fuck all that. Take kids out.
We are the most educated, the biggest entrepreneurs. We exceed men as far as businesses are concerned. We are out earning a lot of men. So I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No. I get what you're earning. Earning and willingness to give that earning is two different damn things. Y'all ain't giving shit. What I'm saying is, what are you bringing to the table? What we're bringing to the table is a willingness to give and pay this and pay that, do this, shower you here, shower you there, spend this time, spend that. We're coming with that willingness.
There are a lot of women who have that mentality as well. That I spoil my man, he spoil me. It's
hey, hold on. Can we talk about that post from yesterday?
What you gotta say?
I'm just saying. That shit, it was all right. So let's just expound on it for the viewers who hadn't seen the post. The post was a woman buying her man a car and say, you know what, women, sometimes you have to spoil your man too. Question mark under the comment, women, what's your favorite way to spoil your man?
Crickets.
That shit had damn near 2,000 likes.
In the post.
2,000 likes. Not one. Not 2, 3, not one woman was
I'm
able
gonna recheck the post and see what I see.
Yeah, okay. So
and I don't want to see your regular ass post.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't know how to spoil. They don't know because again, they're not bringing spoil him to the table. A lot of them. I'm not saying every. There's always an exception to every rule, but
right.
A lot of them aren't. They don't know how to spoil a man. They fucking don't.
But a lot of men also don't know how to pursue a woman. A lot of men also don't know how to pursue a woman. So that's why a lot of women are wanting to go ahead.
That's what y'all problem is. Fuck pursuing.
Is that not what the Bible said? A man finds a man who finds a wife finds a good thing.
You don't cut that shit.
You know that old ass shit there.
You know what I'm saying? You cut that shit out. Come on.
Shit, man, you don't going on with that. You don't going on with that Neanderthal ass shit there, man. I don't know who made that dumb ass.
You have a lot of women now that will go ahead and actually go ahead and pursue men or go ahead and flirt and break the ice and so forth.
As they should.
So I mean, I'm saying it is equal, but yes, because a lot of women have been burned. that you do try now to go ahead and to see, okay, let me go ahead and find a man that's willing to work for me and to pursue me,
A good man,
who really wants to have something lasting.
man, look, a good man is a superpower.
A good man who finds somebody that he thinks is a good woman will work for that woman. He will
a
work
man
for
gonna
that
work
woman.
anyway. A man gonna work anyway for a woman. That's how
I'm not talking about the job. I'm talking about he's gonna go ahead and work for that woman. He's gonna be patient with her. He's gonna show his interest in her. He's gonna go ahead and make her comfortable.
Okay, so what's she doing? What interest she showing? That's what I'm saying,
man.
She showing work, man.
What is it? What's a tangible way that women tend to show interest in men? I'm curious to know that.
Give you some damn eye contact. Fuck out of here. Man, we can talk about that shit all day. Next topic. All right, we're gonna get real. I want to know. I got two surprise topics, but I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one because Sylvia's not on, and I know I'm like when she hear it, she gonna wish she was on. It's your punishment, sucker. All right. So I want to know if we're gonna go into religion. I want to know if the Bible says that Jesus died for our sins, then why are we still trying to do right?
I need a drink for this conversation.
If the sin's already paid for, why are we still trying to work to get in heaven? We already got a ticket.
Wow. I don't even know if I have any rebuttal for that. Shit.
You don't have a ticket. You're not
the same thing that we always lean on all the time. The reality is people know are born with the basic concept of right and wrong.
Right.
I think that that's just a basic concept.
Why does it matter?
Do that anyway.
But why does it matter if Jesus already died for our sins? We can just do wrong.
That's not true.
Why not? We already got a ticket in the head.
Because he gave his life in exchange. You have Adam and Eve, who were perfect human beings.
Right.
And they are our forefathers, basically, our original parents.
Right. And our brothers and sisters.
They were that too. they were perfect.
Right.
And they sinned. So Jesus went ahead and stepped in place of them. You said they were perfect, but they also had the choice. You said what?
How are you perfect?
Jesus was perfect. How much?
He didn't sin.
They had the choice of, maybe I'm using the wrong terminology. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I ain't gonna do you like that. I ain't gonna do you like that, Bob. I'm gonna let you roll.
So Jesus was perfect, but I'm saying that they were without sin. How about that? They weren't perfect, but they were without sin.
That's perfect.
And so now you have the devil who is tempting them and saying basically, hey, they're only worshiping you because of what you do for them. So if you go ahead and take your hand off of them, see what they go ahead and turn against you. Yeah.
So he listened to him?
So who listened to him?
So you said he told God that?
Yes.
So God did.
So it's like, okay, well,
so God did.
Yes.
So that makes
God
imperfect.
Hey, I'm not forcing them.
So that make God's imperfect.
No.
Yeah.
So that means again now you're giving people.
So God prayed truth.
No, at the end of the day.
And lost.
No. That's just like your child. You raise your child, and a lot of times your kids do what you tell them to do.
Right.
Because you're the parent.
Right.
Now, when you go ahead and they leave your household, it's like I've given you all the tools for how to go ahead and to be and to act. Now it's up to you. It's your choice.
Right.
As far as what you want to do with your life.
Right.
I can no longer force you to do what I'm telling you to do because you're out of here.
Because
it's the same thing.
It's like that damn little kid challenge where they put the candy on the table and then walk out the room.
I was thinking that too. So
him giving his life as a sacrifice is saying, hey, I want you to go ahead and give us a chance to go ahead and to pick for ourselves. Because God, instead of him he don't want to be a forceful God and force us to serve him, force us to do what he wants us to do. So we do have an opportunity because of Jesus' death to go ahead and forgive our sins. But the whole point in sinning is not to continue to do the same sin over and over again.
So if you
some
gave
people
us that
confuse
choice,
that and think,
if you gave us that choice, why punish?
Like what Chris said, we know, and we have something God-given in us that we know the difference between right and wrong. Right. He's giving you the choice. Now you're hoping that the choice will be, hey, I love
but what do
my
you
father.
Want? But what do you want?
What does he want?
Okay, as a creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a creator,
I want you to do good I want you
Right.
to do it because
I
first
want
you
you to
love
do
me
it.
and you
Right.
fear me.
Right.
Proper fear.
Right. I want you to do that. This is what I really want. But I give you the option not to.
Yes.
Okay,
So I'm not gonna
so let's
force
go back
you.
to the original because
I'm
we
not
only
gonna
got a
force you. I
minute.
can't force
Because we only got a minute.
my kids to do what I want them to do up until they're out of my house.
Well, that's because of the law. You're not God. God could. So here's the thing. When you look at, again,
But do you want to have a relationship with your people where you're forcing them to do what you want to do, or do you want them to love you? That was the whole
if I
thing
want my kid to go
between
to
him
school,
and
if I want my kid to go to school,
Satan
I don't
and the
care.
devil.
I don't care about his choices. If I want him to go finish school, he ain't had no choice. He's going to finish school. So anyway, so with the Jesus thing, just kind of bringing it back because we got less than 1 minute. So we're saying that he
This
didn't
was
die
not
for
this was not right to give us this heavy of a topic with a few minutes.
I wanted to
This
because
is
I
so
wanted
messed up.
to. Hey man, it is what it is. Hey, we'll talk about it some other time. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll get into the more in-depth stuff. We're going to religion another day. But I just kind of wanted to touch on it just right quick because it was one of my surprise topics.
So wrong.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next time. All right, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right.
Every time I pull up at the let out, it's a spectacle.